This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Introducing Virtuo Up, the latest in a long line of innovation from Nespresso. It's innovation you can touch, sense, and taste in every single cup. With a 3-second start, easy open lever, and dedicated brew over ice button, it's even easier to enjoy your coffee your way. Sip for yourself. Shop Virtuo Up exclusively at Nespresso.com. This episode is brought to you by Peloton. Break through the busiest time of year with the brand new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus. Powered by Peloton IQ. With real-time guidance and endless ways to move, you can personalize your workouts and train with confidence, helping you reach your goals in less time. Let yourself run, lift, sculpt, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com.
Did you ever see them doing that?
Yes, actually, we saw Mrs. Colaco dumping leaves over our side, and then...
How was she dumping them?
These are the plaintiffs, Sonia and Emmanuel Glass. They say the defendant threw leaves, branches, and dead flowers over their fence into their yard and are using their property as a dump. The defendants refused to clean up their mess. They were forced to hire someone to dispose of all the debris they left and are suing their naughty neighbors for the $1,970 they're now out. These are the defendants, Yvonne and Edwin Colasso. Edwin says the plaintiffs have been their neighbors for 12 years, and they've had issues with them from day one. The husband even threatened his life, claiming he knew people who could take care of them for good. The cops came out to investigate the two properties, told them both to take this up in a court of law. So here they are. They're accused of dumping on their neighbors. The defendants have filed a countersuit for $1,076.12 for lost wages and time spent gathering evidence for court.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Sonia and Emmanuel Glass?
Yes.
Okay, you're suing your neighbors, Yvonne and Edwin Colasso, for $1,970. $250 of it to have leaves removed that you say they dumped on your property, and everything else for wasting your time. And you have a counterclaim against them, $1,076.12, all of it for wasting your time. Okay, talk to me, what's going on?
Well, in November of 2011, the Colacos have dumped a full truckload of leaves on our property. So we live in a neighborhood where we have about a quarter of an acre of property, and we all have trees. So we usually have three options. Number one is have all of these leaves taken out, contracted out. Number two, you just bag it and leave it at the recycling station. Or number three, you rake the leaves, put them on a tarp, bring it at the curb in front of your property, and the town has a collection services that provide, and on a scheduled date they come and they pick up the leaves. Okay. So option number one and option number two obviously come to a cost, and option number three is free. However, the Colacos have chosen option number four, which is, okay, let's rake our leaves, bring them to the back of our property, and then voila, we will dump it over the Glace's property, and then...
Did you ever see them doing that?
Yes, actually, we saw Mrs. Colaco dumping leaves over our side, and then...
How was she dumping them?
A little production going on. She was raking the leaves, bringing them at the end of her property, putting them in a bucket, stepping up on a stool, and she was dumping it over our side.
To your property?
Oh, yes, onto our property.
Okay, we have a sketch here that hopefully will help me to understand this. Come on over here and show me like how it happens.
So they have a beautiful fence. They have fence.
This is your. Hold on, you're the plaintiff. Hold on, because yes, if this is wrong, then I don't want to use it. This is your property.
This side. That's our side.
Okay, this is their property.
This is their side. Yes.
This is another neighbor's property.
Yes.
Then this, like all three of them meet at that little point, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So when you come back from vacation, you see her dumping the leaves where?
So their fence goes like that.
Okay.
And she was right here dumping it over this side.
Is there a fence here?
No,
Okay.
it's open.
So she's at the vortex, according to you, dumping them. We don't have orange here. Is this orange? She's at the vortex. So this is all a fence.
Yes,
So
all of it is
she's
fenced, yes.
at the vortex right there, dumping it. You say on your property.
All the pile was on our.
Do you have a picture of it?
Yes, actually I do have
Okay.
pictures.
Because we have this helpful little bend. Maybe that'll show me whose property it was on. But it was definitely not on your property. What were you doing?
Now, ever since we moved in to the neighborhood, every time my wife would go, she likes to do gardening, and every time she would go close to the lot line, the plaintiff would come yelling and screaming obscenities. Oh, this is my land, you're stamping on my land, this is my grass. And at that time, we got so fed up, we said, okay, let's fence this up. Let's get a surveyor, let's resurvey, because we saw the plaintiff move the stakes a couple of times. So enough is enough. Let's get
Where did
it.
you move the stakes?
There were wooden stakes put by the builder when you moved in, and those were moved by the plaintiff. So before we
How
put
do
the-
you know they were moved by the plaintiff?
We saw them.
We saw them
We
moving
saw
the
them.
plaintiff.
That's why-
And Judge, before we put the fence up, because we were so fed up with them, that we decided to fence up and not even have to do anything to do with them. So, but before we put the fence up, because there were issues with property lines, we decided to call the surveyor, the town-approved surveyor,
same surveyor.
to survey the land. And when he came in, he said he confirmed to us that the wooden stakes that were put by the builder were indeed moved. And that's when he said, he would strongly suggested at that point that we put metal stakes that go deep down into the ground. So we agreed, just knowing that now he would not be able to dig it up and dig up
And move the stakes.
move a metal
Who
stake.
did you see doing that, moving stakes?
Mr. Whoever,
Clinton.
I don't
You
know
don't
his
even know
name.
each other's names?
No,
You've been living next
I
to each
wouldn't
other?
even care to know. They're so
Okay.
insignificant to me. So they've had properties on the other side with my neighbor as well.
Yep.
We had new neighbors move into that property at the back there.
The neighbors, yeah.
The neighbors. And they were having a conversation with my husband. My husband asked her if he could throw some spring items, because it's all a wooded area. That area down there is
Who
an
was going to
entire...
let you throw your leaves on to become their problem?
But they said it was okay at that point.
Why would anybody? We're not talking about people who own 20 acres. We're talking about these tracts are quarter-acre tracts. There's, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a
it's
wooded
lovely,
area.
and
It's a wooded
I know it's
area.
wooded. It's wooded. I know it's wooded at your place. So just leave them in your place to decay.
Where they
They
themselves
themselves dump Christmas,
throw...
dead Christmas
We have
trees.
pictures of all that.
We have pictures of all of that.
Show me the pictures of all of that.
Yeah, let's go there.
And you show me the pictures that you took. These are the pictures that you took.
Yeah, so basically, I just wanted to let you know that we keep our yard clean.
Come over here.
Right here, ma'am?
Right here. I want to understand something about this picture in particular.
Yeah, so see, this
Is
is
this corner where that human
It's
is?
our
Who's
pop-
that anyway?
this
Who's
is
that?
Mr. Colaco.
Okay, so and what are you taking a picture of right there?
Because here, basically, they got caught red-handed because I saw her dumping. So I told Emmanuel, go and take some pictures while the cops were coming here. When this
So
happened.
you actually took this in
Yes,
flagrante?
in front-
Well, it
yes.
would be better if the hands were up. But he's standing
Yeah, but-
right. There's only one thing he could be doing there.
He's probably checking,
Okay, but
where's
hold
that you
on.
have dumped it.
Now,
So
okay,
this
hold
is
on.
basically, a malicious act.
Wait, hold on one second. What's a chain link fence?
So this is the end of their fence.
No, hold on. I know what I need to do. Go
Okay.
back over there. I need you guys over at the point. Tell me where the chain. Oh, okay. Let's see this. Hold on.
These are the town-approved
Yeah,
fence.
that's what we tried to do up there.
Yeah.
All right. Where's the chain link fence?
So from here to here is 16 feet of vinyl fence.
Right.
And from here to here is 30 feet of chain link fence.
Okay. And that's in this picture?
That's in this picture.
Okay, so here's
This
the
is the
vortex.
vortex, yes.
Vortex or vertex?
The vortex.
Vortex. It's where the three lots meet,
So
Judge.
according to you, you're dumping there.
Yes. This is where we stood and we dumped.
Why would you dump on that person's nice lawn? What kind of jerks are you guys?
Let me show
Why would
you.
anybody- I'm serious. I'm looking at it. Oh, it's a wooded area. They have lawn just like you have lawn.
Let me show
Why
you.
would you do
It's
that?
not very clear on this picture. Let me show you. This.
Yeah.
I mean, these are all beautiful houses. Beautiful
This is
two-story.
what their
This
yard
is what their yard looks like.
After you dumped on it?
No. This is for
This is
decades.
before.
This is for decades.
This is for decades. It's been like that.
It's a wooded area.
That's not true. What year? I'll
This
show you
year.
Yesterday's
Don't
picture.
talk to each other.
Sorry.
Stop. Where's the chain link fence in this picture? Forward of it?
No, this way.
this way of
Yes.
It's not,
And the picture that you have is of him at the chain link, which is there's 16 feet of vinyl first, and then there's a chain link, right? So the picture you have is of him at the chain link, right?
But look at what they dumped. They dumped right here. This is right before the chain link.
Way before.
Way before. They dumped it on our side.
What's
of the
this
property.
doing here? That's all the leaves
And that's
on
the
the
day.
16-foot
Yes.
side.
This is all here.
Watch, yeah,
Yes.
on this side.
Yes.
We have a video, Judge.
So
we can show it to you.
Oh, you have a video of the leaves?
Yeah, video,
Oh,
yes.
for the
We also
love of
have a
all
video.
that's holy, let's go. Of the leaves there?
Oh, the leaves that day when
That
they
day you
dumped
took a
it.
video?
Yes, these
Well, let's
pictures,
go, baby.
These pictures are not from few years
Judge,
or 10
I'll-
years ago. Yes.
First we see the video, then you
Yes.
explain.
Okay.
Go.
Oh, now it's going. Hit it again to stop it. Okay.
No, just hurry.
We just hit that button. Okay.
Okay, so what do I do?
Just stay inside. Yep.
Oh, you know, I should know what to do because this is my camera.
Can I show you? Can I walk?
Nah, I kind of got it.
So everything that you
Oh,
I'm sorry.
gosh, press the off button on you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's exactly what it is.
Don't thank me, the leaves are all over her property.
It's not her property.
It is her property, I'm looking at it with my own eyes. I'm gonna show it to you in a second. It's on both of their properties. I am way past 16 feet. Back up, good. Back up, back up, back up, back up. See how the leaves start here and go all the way? Most of them are behind the other neighbor's property, that's true, but the leaves start here, she doesn't have trees there. Hold on, wait, first see the video.
Yeah, this is where the neighbors.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter. What kind of hair splitting do you think I'm going to engage in when you're dumping like this on other people? There are leaves on her side, there are leaves on the other neighbor's side. When you paid $250 to have this cleaned up, you paid it of who are these guys?
These are actually the landscaper
Oh,
who can
come
tell
on
you
up.
how clean that area
Come on
is and is kept.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, how do you break the cycle of, anger with a neighbor?
I would have like a neighborhood meeting and call everybody together and find out what the problem is so it can be solved so you can stop the war.
The problem with that is sometimes you're half the problem. What do you do?
I go to the meeting and
Well, there's no meeting. You got to figure it out. You got to initiate it. You know what I'm saying? You got to initiate it.
I would actually just drop it, leave it alone.
Well, no, but once it goes like this, they're going to hate you. How do you break that?
Maybe sit them down for coffee or something and discuss it. Get it all out in there.
Just check the coffee before you drink the coffee. Right, going inside the courtroom.
How often do you do the landscaping?
Every week we go and mow the lawn. When we actually went to clean up her property a week before that accident, and she called me saying that we had to go back again to clean that property. So we went
Did
back.
she tell you why?
Then when we got there, she explained to me why that her neighbor was throwing stuff there, and it's absolutely obvious it wasn't hers because we had just cleaned the whole property. So there's no way we were going to take another truckload of property we just cleaned.
You ended up taking a truckload?
A truckload. So we charged $75 an hour, and it was a little bit over 3.5 hours to do that.
Did you ever talk to the other neighbor?
Yes, actually, so when I saw Mrs. Colaco dumping, I asked her to stop right away. And so she tells me that I have permission to dump on the property, and by the way, I'm not dumping on yours. I'm like, this is mine, you come and pick it up. And then, so this is when the police came.
So police come?
Of course, police comes. This lady has the guts, the audacity of telling the cops that she has permission when I had gone and confirmed that she did not. So obviously the cops said, no worry, I'm gonna go and check it out. And it was confirmed that they never had any permission to dump anything, even, a hair over the top of the
here's what I'm trying to
fence.
understand.
If they had paid,
Do
we
you
wouldn't
talk
be
to
here.
each other over the fence or no? Do you even yell at each other over the fence?
That's the only time they come.
They come yelling to us. And in fact, when this incident occurred...
wants
Do you
talk
have
to them?
children?
Yes, we do.
Are they the same age or no?
I wouldn't allow my children to play.
Okay, I know you jab every time you get a chance. I've noticed that. But are they the same age? Do they go to the same schools? Do they know each other? Do they
Go to the same school.
They
do
don't
go
know
to the
each
same
other.
school. Are they the same
I don't
age
think
or
they
no?
know each other,
No.
Judge.
They're not the same age.
No
so
one
they're
in the
not-
neighborhoods and their
Yeah, I know
kids
she's
play
an
with
evil.
their kids.
Nobody
so-
likes them. She's dirty. Just
Not
stop.
pretty them.
Just
Nobody talks to
stop.
them.
Stop it. Oh my gosh. Stop it. If I had a hose, I'd spray everyone. No. Stop. All right? There is one place in my life where I can have peace. One place.
It's in your backyard.
two places, my car and my house. Okay, my car when I can park it somewhere and hear just that wonderful silence that comes with closing that door, and my house. Okay, I don't know how anybody could stand hating their neighbors with this kind of. It happens all the time. You're not the first neighbors, and you won't be the last who hate each other, like the Hatfields and the McCoys. But it's just insanity. I don't understand how when you're caught red-handed doing something that by no stretch of anyone's imagination is anything but wrong, okay, that just out of embarrassment, you don't turn, I don't care how nasty you think she is, you know, but just take the high road and pay your gardener to go and clean up both yards and then just call it a day. Insanity. It's just me. I would have sent the gardener there myself. I find in favor of the plaintiffs in the amount of $250. As to for the rest of your claim, no. And as for your entire counterclaim, no. That is my judgment. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the dumpers are first out into the hallway. What's your reaction to the outcome here? And
We didn't dump in their yard.
We didn't dump it. The cleanup. We have pictures, very evident. The cleanup pictures were on the neighbor's yard. And I'm surprised, very much surprised, to see that someone else can sue on behalf of the neighbor.
Yeah. Well,
it's shocking.
What about your life in the neighborhood with all this chaos hanging over your head?
Oh, it's just these people. So we have a good time with the other neighbors.
They have problems on both sides of the neighbors.
Yeah, they have problems with both sides of the neighbors, so it tells what they are really.
No trick-or-treating over there?
Not at all.
No, really?
Not at all.
Wouldn't consider?
They are the monsters. Woo!
Oh, okay.
They are the monsters in the neighborhood.
And the dumpies. Okay, so you're right next to them. You're insignificant. I heard that.
I am insignificant, right?
That's what they said
in the question. They would have
test.
actually participated. I'd be more than welcome to
Well,
participate. Really
what's it like to...
Well, you know, they fence themselves out. Nobody talks to them in the neighborhood. Their kids don't play with anyone in the neighborhood. But again, that's minor. A 5-year-old knows that when you mess up, you clean up.
Okay.
And these adults need to know. And basically, if they have this fancy fence, so keep your mess within your fancy fence. That's all I have to tell them.
Harvey?
You know, there really is an answer to how you break the cycle, and the answer is you admit fault to some degree. There's nothing like accepting some blame, and usually there's blame to go around. Accepting some blame going into the conversation, it's a way of completely diffusing the situation. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
We all have that dream trip we've been wishing we could go on. But too often, life, or usually price, gets in the way. That's why Priceline is here to help you turn your dream trip into reality. With up to 60% off hotels and up to 50% off flights, you can book everything you need for your next adventure. Don't just dream about that next trip. Book it with Priceline. Download the Priceline app or visit Priceline.com and book your next trip today.
Go to your happy price, Priceline.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
This is the plaintiff, Beryl Jackson. She says she's been a real estate broker for the past 18 years, and she brought some clients to see the defendant's apartment, and they liked it. The place was supposed to be ready by December 25th, and because the defendant kept pushing the move-in date further and further back, they changed their minds about living there. Her client sued her and won, and she's now suing the defendant for the $2,500 she had to shell out. This is the defendant, Vincenza Gambino. She says the move-in date was for December 31st. She rushed her butt off to have the place ready for them, which it was, and on the very morning they were supposed to move in, she gets a call from the plaintiff claiming they changed their minds. Changed their minds on the move-in day? And she wants to be reimbursed her fee? Ha, ha, ha. Good one. She's accused of not being ready on time.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says she got sued by the client she brought to see the defendant's apartment. She said she has to pay. Now she wants the landlord to ante up. But the defendant says the plaintiff's client changed their mind. So tough. It's the case of you don't move me.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Beryl Jackson, you are suing Vincenza Gambino.
Yes, correct.
For $2,500, $1,500 of it money that your clients gave to her for an apartment, and the rest of it lawyers' fees and costs. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, on December 3rd, 2011, I took my client, Mr. Kalinsky, to see an apartment in Upper Glendale, and he liked the apartment. He gave me $1,500 in cash, which I have a receipt for over here, to Mrs. Vincenzo Gambino.
Do you have a broker's agreement with your clients?
I do have an agreement. I have to look for the paper, but I do have it with me because I was in small claims court already.
Okay, first let me see the agreement that you have with your clients. Where's the first page of this contract?
That's the paperwork to show that the
one that says this is not a contract over and over again? Like it feels like there's something missing. Like this is a disclosure.
The disclosure that the client gives me the right to show.
Yeah, I know what a disclosure is. This is the disclosure. Where's the first? Then the contract starts in the middle of a word. That's why this is separate from this, right?
Yes, it is.
Right. That means that you're missing one page of the contract. Okay. All right. So they find this apartment and they like it, and that happens on December 2nd?
3rd.
Okay.
And
they give you $1,500 to give the landlord, and you give the landlord the money when?
On around the same time.
Okay. And then do they pay you your fee?
No, they didn't pay the fee because they didn't take possession. And
okay, what day were they supposed to take possession?
They were supposed to take possession around December 25th or 26th.
Around? Why would they take possession on Christmas Day?
26th, after Christmas, the day after Christmas. But the apartment wasn't ready, but subsequently...
But why would an apartment be ready on Christmas Day or the day after Christmas as opposed to the first of the month?
We always give them a couple of days in before to move in.
Well, you can't always. You're not the landlord. It depends on what the landlord said. I've been doing this a long time. It's very rare. Like sometimes if it's unoccupied, they'll say, here's a key, you can get your stuff in. But it's not, the term doesn't usually begin on the 25th or the 26th. You dispute this, right? According to you, it was supposed to be ready when?
December 31st.
December 31st or the 1st? Which one?
The first, between those 2 days.
Okay. Now, was that a weekend, December 31st, and the 1st was a weekend?
Yes, it was, a Saturday.
All right. Now, was there anybody living there?
No.
All right.
It was vacant.
And
it was not vacant,
just a moment, ma'am.
Honor.
Does either side have anything in writing in terms of emails or texts?
Nothing.
I know there was no contract yet. We didn't get there, which is a little surprising considering it was the 31st when you claim you were told that they were not taking the apartment. So by then one would think there would be something in writing. Why wasn't there? Why are you going like that? It's your apartment. What do you mean like it's somebody else's responsibility?
It was nothing.
Why not? Where was the lease that was supposed to be signed?
There was no lease.
Oh, you were never going to have a lease signed?
No, I was going to have a lease.
When were you planning on doing it? After they moved in?
No, as soon as they moved in, I already had the lease. But they never took it.
So the lease isn't signed, which of course would say what the startup date was, right? So we wouldn't have this issue. All right. Now, according to you, it's supposed to be ready the 25th or the 26th. The only paperwork that you have, there's not one single email or text in this case.
Okay, Your Honor, I just would like to say something.
Is there an email or text in this case?
Nothing.
No, Your
Nothing.
Honor.
Okay. Now we have this receipt, which is the only writing there is, and all it says is $1,500. That's it. Doesn't say what it's for. Doesn't say anything. There's a line to write what it's for. Who wrote this receipt? You did?
No. Nope. Can I see that, Judge?
You, Gambino, V. Gambino.
Huh?
Yeah. I never wrote that.
Was there somebody else you were dealing with?
That's not my handwriting.
I'm just trying to explain, Your Honor, Mrs. Gambino does not speak English. She's not here today. It was very difficult to communicate with them.
Is that your mother's signature?
No, it's not.
Who gave it? Well, somebody gave a receipt for the $1,500.
That's not, I never saw. That's not a receipt.
I mean, somebody gave you $1,500, right?
Yeah, she did give me $1,500, but she never gave us saying something.
Who's the person who doesn't speak English? Your mom?
My mom, yes.
Okay. And who owns the place?
My mom.
Do you have authority to be here to represent her
Yes.
today? Okay. All right. According to you, what happens?
Does it make sense a landlord would time it so he would have the apartment available on Christmas Day?
No, it doesn't make any sense. It seems like there must be something a little fishy about that.
Why is Christmas Day so weird? Why is it so weird? Anybody?
People spend a time with their families at home, with their
family.
I mean, I think that kind of says it all, doesn't it? That it would seem weird that the landlord probably would want to be there, and that's the one day he wouldn't want to be there, going inside the courtroom.
Mr. Kalinsky came on December 26th, and he said he no longer wanted the apartment.
That's the first you learned there's a problem?
That's the first I heard there was a problem.
And did he say why?
He said that it's taking too long and the people are still living in the apartment because...
I thought you said it was vacant.
They were living upstairs. They were trying to move stuff downstairs, but they were still living upstairs. They had not moved everything downstairs.
Were you guys renting out your own apartment that you were living in that you needed to move down for?
Yes.
Well, then why did you say there was nobody living in the place?
There was nobody living. We already vacated the apartment.
Okay.
There was nobody living
When
there.
had you vacated that apartment?
5 days before that.
So, and then he's saying on the... Did he ever come up to you, the renters, the potential renters?
Yes, they came up.
When
yes.
did they come to you?
But the 11th of December.
And what
they
they
came
say?
to see the apartment. That's
Okay.
when they said they liked it and they wanted it.
And then did they
so on
ever
the
tell you
31st,
again?
they said, she said, make sure you have the keys ready for the 31st because they want to move in. And I said to myself, who moves in New Year's Eve? I was like, okay. So we had everything ready, everything done. That's when she called that Saturday. And she said they don't want the apartment no more.
Okay. Did you speak to the renters at any point in time between the 11th
we spoke
and
to,
then?
to Ms.
Never.
Jackson, no.
And so you never got a phone call saying,
No.
wait, it wasn't ready the 25th?
Never.
Do you have any proof of a phone call or any communication with them,
Yes.
shocked and appalled that it wasn't ready the 25th?
Yes, the girl in my office speaks Italian, and she spoke to Vincenza. She
Is she
called
here?
her on the phone. No, she's not here right now.
Do you have an affidavit from her?
I didn't take an affidavit. The only reason why I'm suing them for the money is because the guy sued me for the money, and he got a judgment against me for $1,520.
As the broker? He sued you?
Yes, because the judge, the first time we went to court, the judge told him to sue the owner.
Right.
But he's a Polish guy, and he did not speak English very well. And he said, no, I give her the money. He gave me the money.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. You're the broker. You're a disclosed agent.
Here's the judgment.
That shouldn't have happened.
$1,520
Yeah, let me see that.
against me.
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened.
Well, it did happen.
I know. I'm saying, though, it kind of shouldn't have happened. This isn't a judgment. This is a blank form. Oh, this is satisfaction of judgment. Where's the judgment?
Okay, that's the paper that I sent in the certified
check. I know, that's not
check.
the judge's order. Can I see the judge's order so I can see exactly what happened and why? And while she's looking for that, according to you guys, the first you hear there's a problem is the 31st. They say they don't want it anymore.
Correct.
And do they say, do you say why? What happened, you know?
They just changed their mind, she said.
Judge, I don't understand why.
Who are you again?
My sister Angela.
I just wanted to say something. If she said that the tenants are supposed to move in and they told her the 21st that they would not decide no more to have the apartment.
No. She says the tenant was supposed to move in and they told her when? The 26th? When did you say?
The 26th.
26th. Go ahead.
Why did she call the 31st? Let us know the apartment was
Yeah, why
not.
didn't you call the 26th?
You waited
did.
the last day.
Okay, now show us proof you called the 26th.
Okay, miss, I don't speak Italian.
Don't call me miss, it's judge.
Oh, Your Honor.
And then I
Okay, I'm
understand that
sorry.
you don't speak, but you understand that I have to
Okay.
rule based on evidence
I
and not
understand.
on stuff. There'd be a phone record if you
Okay.
called, so let me see the phone record.
I'm saying I didn't do the talking in this
I heard
because
that.
the
Now
mothers
show me the phone record, which you don't have to do the talking
Italian.
for.
The
Do you have
only
phone
reason
record?
why I'm
You don't
suing
have a
them
phone
today
record.
is
So
because...
according to you, that she doesn't call till the 31st.
Yeah, well, you wait another week to call us. Why you could have told us the same day that she was not interested in no more the apartment? We could have had other people show the apartment. We would have given to her the $1,500. Why you let us wait almost a month to
She never
have the
called
money?
us back and said, I'm taking
Your
you
Honor,
to
that's
court.
not
Did the place
correct.
end up being vacated?
Yes.
I mean, vacant for the month of January?
Yes, January, February, March, April. I rented in April because I couldn't get nobody to move in the winter. Who's going to move in the winter? So I should sue her for those 4 months that I lost.
Okay, Your Honor, I understand everything. All I'm saying is
Can I see the judge's order?
I don't have that one because I've been to court
you know,
many
listen,
times.
if you can't help yourself, I can't help you.
That shows a judgment against me
No,
for
it shows.
1520.
I need to understand why there was a judgment against you. Did you ignore a court order and not go to court?
No, I went to court 4
Was there an
times.
actual hearing?
There was a hearing.
Then why don't you have the judge's order so I can see why that judge ruled against you?
The judge ruled against me because they felt he was entitled to his $1,500.
I didn't ask you, tell me what the judge ruled and what he said. I'll just trust you on that. I asked, why don't you have the judge's order of all things? Why wouldn't you have that?
Okay, Your Honor, I thought that would be sufficient. The client did not take possession. He did not sign a
So what?
lease.
So your client breached. Tell me how this is anything but your client breaching. I've got people saying, which sounds legitimate, that, you know, they're supposed to take possession on the 1st. They're supposed to take possession at the end of the month, not in the middle of the month on Christmas Day. okay? And I've got you with zero proof that it's the way you say. So just on those odds, the odds are, if your client doesn't bother to say anything, you claim, oh, my client was so tired of the delays. You can't even prove a delay. You can't prove by one phone message, one email, one certified letter that there was even a delay that would allow your client to change their mind. So all I got is you're a broker who says to them, oh, and by the way, this little thing about this judgment that you're showing me, I see that you moved to set it aside and you have a hearing in a couple weeks, right?
Oh, because he's not happy with that.
So all I've got is the landlord saying they're supposed to move the 1st. They came on the 1st or 31st, which is a weekend that year. They come on the 30th. She calls us on the 31st. She never called us before that. And you've got zero proof that the facts are the way you say. So it's very unfortunate because what should have happened at that hearing that you had is that you should have won because you're the broker. And the judge should have stuck by what the judge originally said, which is that they need to duke it out amongst themselves. And the broker shouldn't be involved. But I'm very sorry. I wasn't the judge on your case. And because no, stop talking and listen. Right. So I'm going to do the right thing in the one case I have in front of me. It doesn't really matter to me what another judge did in another case. I hope you end up winning that appeal because I think it's completely without basis that a broker gets sued for something that should be between the tenant and the landlord. But as far as I'm concerned, if I have this case, which I do, and I'm about to rule, or if I have the other case with those tenants and this landlord, I'm going to turn around and ask the same question on each case. I'm going to say, where's the proof that the landlord's breached, that there was a delay, that they were supposed to move it on the 25th of December, which sounds incomprehensible to me. But it's kind of ridiculous without a stitch of proof. Zero. So I am very sorry, Ms. Jackson, that you had the unfortunate instance of a judge ruling against you, but good luck on your appeal. But on this case, I'm not going to rule wrong because another judge ruled wrong. I'm ruling in your favor. Verdict for the defense.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right, both sides, hold on right there.
And so the plaintiff comes out here on the losing end of Judge Millon's decision here. Step next to me here, right here, and tell me what's going through your mind here now. Losing again in court.
That's the judge's choice, and if that's what she decides to rule, that's fine.
That's right.
No problem.
That's it?
I have nothing else to say.
Well, what are you going to do with the appeal? You're going to press that thing,
I'm going
right?
to press the appeal.
Okay.
It's not right that the broker got charged for something that they weren't responsible for.
Good luck on that, all right?
Thank
Good
you.
luck. All right, head right down this way, okay? Right down there. All right, so come on in here, and what's your feeling on the outcome here, having to go through this with her? You're welcome. Harvey?
Thank you.
Okay, Kurt, whenever time is really important in a contract, whenever it's really, truly important, hey, I'm working here. Right time is of the essence in the contract. Those are magic words. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
When you want your spring break to feel like... and your kids' pool day to feel like... and your hotel bed to feel like... ooh, and room service to feel like... because at Hilton, hospitality feels like...
Your cabana's ready. Would you like fresh towels?
It matters where you stay. Book now at Hilton.com. Hilton, for the stay.
This is the plaintiff, Albert Parisi. He says the defendant towed his car, and when he did, he damaged it, and he couldn't drive it. He had to have the car towed to a mechanic who discovered the car had been hooked up improperly by the defendant, causing some cables to disconnect. He had to pay them to fix his car, and he's suing the defendant for the $410 he's owed. This is the defendant, Cliff Ferraro. He says he used a dolly to remove the plaintiff's car from a spot he wasn't supposed to be in. And 2 weeks later, the guy's claiming he broke a shifter linkage cable. He never even opened the guy's trunk. The guy has over 100,000 miles on the hunk of junk, and he owes him nothing. He's accused of throttling a customer.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says that his car was towed, and it was towed improperly, and it screwed it up. But the defendant says he used a dolly to remove the car. No way could it be damaged. It's the case of goodbye, Dolly.
Albert Parisi?
Yes.
You are suing the company that Mr. Ferraro works for
Correct.
You're actually the tow guy, right?
Yes.
Okay, the tow company he works for $410 in damages that you say they did to your truck when they towed you. Tell me what happened.
I come home from work. I want to park my car. My spot's being blocked by a woman. She take up 2 spots. So River Bay, where I park my car, they told me to park in a spot. I park and they tow.
Park in another spot.
Yes, they call it reserved emergency spot. My car is towed. I come down in the morning.
Wait. But towed by whom?
By the defendant.
No, but on whose authority if they told you that you could park?
River Bay.
What's River Bay? River Bay,
River
like
Bay
I should
is a
know.
corporation for Co-op City.
Okay.
And they run it. They're like the management company for them.
Right. How did you guys end up towing? That first day was what day? You got towed a few times, right?
It was the weekend of Thanksgiving.
Okay. Do you remember towing a car on the weekend of Thanksgiving, or that's not this tow, so you don't know?
I do. I know we got the phone call saying that, it was parked in a spot that it shouldn't have been in, and therefore we got the call to get it towed, and that's what we did.
So when you get towed, do you go back to the same office that gave you the authority to park there and tell them what the heck?
To pick up my car, the car's gone. So I go to work. I come back next night. My spot's still blocked. So the supervisor, I've been told to park in this spot by the River Bay, the supervisor.
Yeah, I know. So did you wait a whole day and you don't tell the supervisor, dude, my car got towed?
I came in the morning. I didn't see the supervisor. It's a night supervisor.
Okay.
So I go to work. I come back that night. My spot's still blocked. So I called the supervisor, come back. I said, my car's towed. He says, don't worry about it. I put a note in your windshield of your car to authorize you to park here. So they put the note. I got the original note right here in my hand.
Wait. Where's your car?
I'm trying to park the car again.
How'd you get your car back?
I'm driving it.
No.
I find a car in the street.
Oh, that's the part you didn't tell me.
Okay, I found a
car.
car.
So you find your car in the street?
And I go to work.
So they towed you out of the spot and onto the street?
Yes.
Well, that was kind. Okay, so then you go to work in that car.
And then I come back.
And then you come back.
That night.
And then that other car still hasn't moved.
Yes.
And so you tell the night supervisor, and he tells you to let's go through all this again and go ahead and park in that emergency spot. So now he gives you a sign. Let me see the sign.
Puts it in the windshield of the car.
And which says, do not tow. This car has authority to be here. Not very official. Okay. Do not tow. Something, something, something. I can't read their writing. Okay. And apparently you can't either because you tow it. So they tow you again.
Yes.
Right.
And they give me a summons.
Who gives you a summons?
River Bay.
The same people who gave you authority to park there. This is too much. All right, and so they give you a summons.
They towed my car. So P.S. The next morning I see another supervisor. He says, I'm going to knock on the woman's door. They're calling all weekend. There's 3 days. They're calling. We're going to knock on the door. They finally get the woman. She moves her car that weekend. She moves it over into our spot. I'm able to park. So 3 days later, I go back my car up into the spot. I locks and drive. I can't move the car.
Wait. How'd you get your car back the second time? Where was it?
I found it on the 6th floor.
So what did they do? They just tow to a more convenient spot? What are you doing?
I was just told to tow the car out of the spot. That's what I did.
And then you towed it to where? Upstairs?
Yeah, because that's where I was told to put it.
Okay. By whom?
By the company that telling him to park the car there. They said that it's
clearly
parked
they're
in the
telling
wrong
you that
spot.
because otherwise you would take it to your lot and be able to charge storage fees and all the other things you guys live for. Okay, so how did you tow the car?
We put it on dollies.
And then you drove it?
Because it's an all-wheel drive vehicle, we did not go into the car. Therefore, we did not take it from park and put it in neutral. We put it on dollies and we towed it. Therefore, we had nothing to do with any of his linkage or anything on the vehicle.
Okay, so now you're driving your car. Of all things that happens when you're trying to get into your spot, according to you, what you notice is going wrong with your car?
I locked and drive. Locked and drive. I can't get in park, reverse. I can't back up. I can't go forward. Locked and drive. I can't. I shut it off, try to fix it. I can't even start the car no more because you got to put neutral park to start the car. So P.S. I got to tow the car now because I'm blocking the garage. So I towed the car, put the spot upstairs. And for 3 days, I tried to get a mechanic. So he takes out the whole console where you shift. There's a button on the jumbo, put a button underneath that you can move the lever. And then he finds out underneath that there's cables that disconnected to tow the car. When he disconnected cables to tow the car, to take it out apart.
Wait. Who disconnected cables to tow the car?
Tow company.
Says who?
The mechanic.
Okay, now what I saw from the mechanic didn't say that, so I need something from the mechanic saying that.
I got the bill here.
Yeah, I know. I saw the bill. Where in the bill does it say that the tow company disconnected the cable?
Well, the cables disconnected. The cables don't get disconnected by themselves.
How old is your car?
It's 2003.
Where's the cable he's talking about?
It's hooked up to the transmission. It's from the shift lever to the transmission.
Okay.
We wouldn't be disconnecting any cable. We're putting it on tow
Well,
dollars.
that's as far as I learned now, that's a normal practice for towing cars for rear-wheel drives.
Do you have a rear wheel drive or a four-wheel drive?
It's everything, rear wheel, four-wheel, and
everything. It's one or the other.
It's an all-wheel drive vehicle that he has.
Can a car be damaged, especially the gears, by putting it on a dolly?
Well, I wouldn't think so, because a car being on a dolly is like a car being parked, and like it doesn't really get touched or anything.
Even more than parked, because there's no friction because the car's up in the air.
And the gears couldn't be changed.
It's weird to me. Going inside the courtroom.
This is simple. Show me proof that their tow damaged your car, and I will make them pay for the damage.
Well, they disconnect the cables. That's all I can say. I mean,
No, I don't. I hear you saying that. I just need. That's all your mechanic needs to say. Let me see what you have, and maybe it's different from the copy you sent me. Jacked up car, found shifter cable disconnected. Found cable disconnected at shifter mechanism at trans in drive. Labor to drag something, repair, reconnect, shifter, and checked, okay. And they charged you $185. Okay. Now, where does any of that say that that happened during a tow, especially if they towed it on a dolly?
Well, that's what he says.
I know, but where does that, let's just forget what he says. Forget what he says. Forget what he says. Now, see, it's simple. You have to prove that they caused your damage. There is, what this proves is that you had to pay $185 for the shifter cable to be fixed. I believe you. Okay, that you've proven 100%. Now you have to prove it's their fault. That's the whole point of the lawsuit. So what other people in your position do is they get a statement from their mechanic saying damage through blah, blah, blah at a blah, blah, blah. You know, and I got no blah. You're blawless. My verdict in this case is for the defendant.
Well, the plaintiff was blawless and comes out here on the losing end of this case because of that. You understand why the judge ruled the way she did?
I felt they disconnected my cable. I didn't know how to get proof on them.
Yeah. Well, you just hit the nail right on the head,
well,
right there.
But there's no problem with the car. The car's still running out with the cables hooked up. They disconnect the cables to tow the car.
Yeah. Well, why didn't you get the guy to write that? Get your mechanic to say.
I didn't know we were going to go to this point.
Yeah. Well, you could have gone back to him and got him to write it.
I didn't know we needed for this.
So you realize that the evidence fell short of proving. You realize why, right? Why the decision went over there.
Well, all I know, it cost me money to fix my car.
All right. That's all we know, too. All right. Right down there. All right, so step on in here. Good. So does this happen all the time, or?
Oh yeah, we're used to it.
You disconnect cables all the time?
No, we had it on a dolly. I mean, what proof does he have that we disconnected any cables when we had it on a dolly? I mean, we never touched it.
You don't touch cables?
No. So it's his say with the mechanic.
Nobody likes the tow guy. No one likes the tow guy. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's a rough field.
Harvey?
But somebody's got to do it.
You know, we talked about this before. A case like this cannot be won without expert testimony. You need somebody to say, I know what I'm talking about.